Boston police cruiser repeatedly hit with fireworks and set on fire. Investigators say dozens of people were involved overnight in what they're calling a targeted attack. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken McLeod. Tonight, 2 people are in custody. And as WBZ's Paul Burton shows us, this wasn't the only incident locally involving a large crowd attacking officers.
Mob of people here, like screaming, banging on the cop cars.
Chaos erupts and people scatter in the streets of Boston as a police cruiser was destroyed by fireworks in what police described as a large-scale vehicle takeover early Sunday morning.
Definitely unsettling to wake up in the middle of the night and see a cop car on fire outside your window.
These BU students took this cell phone video. They live in the apartment above Mass Ave and Tremont Street.
I just saw the cop car on fire and then stuff was blowing up while they were putting it out.
Police say shortly after 2 a.m. they responded to reports of people gathered in cars to take part in illegal street racing and tricks.
As officers approached the scene, they were met by a group, a pretty large group, over 100 people, and some of the individuals in the group started to throw cones, poles, and other objects at the officers in the vehicle.
Police say the cruiser was repeatedly hit with fireworks as officers got out to chase down the suspects. Boston Fire Department was able to extinguish the burning police cruiser, but it was a total loss.
Everybody started flocking in on the other side, taking videos, pictures. I saw somebody get arrested over here.
We got about 50 to 100, if not more people.
In Randolph, a similar incident took place early Sunday morning. Police say around 1:30, cars blocked off an intersection on North Main Street, and a crowd of out-of-control people jumped on the hood of a cruiser and began throwing fireworks. Right now, it's unclear if this is the same group of vandals.
It's under investigations, but these things, they go from town to town. It's not a Boston thing, it's a nationwide thing.
Police did arrest 2 individuals in the Boston incident, an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old, both from Rhode Island.
The outside individuals who came into our city to cause disorder and brought dangerous illegal behavior here will be prosecuted.
Police are asking anyone with cell phone video who may have witnessed this to please share that information with them. The 2 individuals will be arraigned in Roxbury District Court. The incident remains under investigation. In Boston, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
All right, Paul.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is just the constant chaos that's happening across the country with this leftist violence and what has been going on throughout the day. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit of reports on regarding a lot of these situations that's been going on here, and and this is not great for the Democrats or what is going on with this leftist violence. So, without further ado, let's get into this. We have this here from Zero Hedge saying, all hell broke out in Boston as the police cruiser torched and premeditated attack on cops. The president of Boston Police Patrolmen's Association has responded after a violent mob of over 100 people unleashed chaos in Boston streets, torching a police cruiser and pelting officers with fireworks, cones, and poles in what witnesses called a riot-like assault on law enforcement. The wild attack, which unfolded in the early hours of October 5th, was described as a deliberate and hell-bent targeting of police, according to Larry Calderon, president of the Boston Police Association, in an interview with Fox News. That's what we have here. There's more to this. They came with a plan to attack officers, and they executed it, slamming the mob's actions as absolutely unacceptable. The mayhem began just after 2 a.m. when police responded to reports of illegal street racing, only to be met with an all-out assault. One cruiser was set ablaze and left in ruins, requiring a tow from the scene. The rampaging group didn't stop there, moving through Boston communities and growing more aggressive at each step before converging the South End. This was premeditated. Calderon warned, if you're coming to Boston to terrorize our city or assault our officers, you're not welcome here. Well, that's hard to say, right? Because it's all up to the Democrats to want to do something about this. And if Democrats don't do something about it, then, well, it's going to continue to happen. We all know on how much the Democrats aid and abet a lot of these people that just they get away with crimes. That's the reason why crime is so bad in these leftist states or these level cities. I guess states too as well, but it varies.
On a single incident or maybe a couple of incidents through the summer. Where it used to be drag racers would come in, they'd come in 1, 2, 3 in the morning, separate communities, spin the tires, make a bunch of smoke, and then go on their way. And we would monitor them, rightfully so. But what happened last weekend got out of control. It went through 4 different communities, ended up here at a couple of locations in Boston. And each location that they went to in this past incident, it appears as though they got more aggressive. And when they ended up in the downtown South End section of Boston, that pretty much, in our opinion, looked premeditated. They knew what they were going to do, and they were hell-bent on attacking police officers. But that is not an everyday occurrence here. If you're coming from out of state, or if you're coming from outside the city of Boston, you're coming in to terrorize or assault police officers or create havoc, we don't want you here. This is such a big deal because the flagrant assault on police officers. Spinning the tires, making noise is one thing. Coming in, assaulting police officers and creating havoc for the general public is something that is absolutely unacceptable and should never happen or be tolerated.
And this is what we have here, right? This is just the fire that is continuing to go down here with this situation. Now, guys, I want everybody to start understanding here on what is going on in these cities. Like, there needs to be law and order. Now, I don't think necessarily this has to do specifically with leftist ideology per se, but it seems that the Democratic Party does not have control over their city. I think there is a lot to do with Boston being pretty lenient, I would say, on crime. And it says here that we saw someone get arrested, and we looked to our right, and there was a cop car on fire. Well, I guess it was really scary. I was like, I don't know why it was so loud, and everyone was screaming, and it went for an hour or two. Spinning tires is one thing, etc., etc. That's what he said. Both face serious charges here, which the 2 arrests were made by Julian Bowers, 18, of Cumberland, Rhode Island, and William Canwell, 19, of Warwick, Rhode Island, which, if they're in Boston, they're not really on Rhode Island. So it really begs to differ on what these people are coming from out of state. I don't know how we can link these people to Antifa. That would be a broad assumption right now. It's possible because we do know that Antifa has cells in different states. Maybe one is in New York City. One their HQ might as well be Portland. So there's a little bit of cells everywhere throughout the country, and we'll see. But again, we just don't know. We have this here. Both face serious charges, including assault and battery on a police officer and malicious destruction of property. Bowers allegedly hurled objects at police officers, while Canwell reportedly smashed a cruiser with a pole. In a stunning courtroom twist, the judges set bail at just $500 for Bowers and $1,000 for Catwell. To add insult to injury, the suspects were seen fist bumping after the low bail was announced. Calderon called the incident unprecedented, saying it's been over a year since Boston saw a street takeover of this magnitude. This level of violence against our officers is a big deal, he said. It should never happen, and we won't stand for it. And that is what I am saying here, guys. See, that's what I'm getting at. When you have the judge set the bail at this to a mere $500 to $1,000, these people are getting out scot-free. I mean, if you're remotely saving moderately well or decently well, you can have easily $500 in savings, if not $1,000 in savings, with very little issue. And if you really need to pay that, you could. And if they were fist bumping while also being released, this is insanity here. This is why these cities are in chaos. Because you have judges here that refuse to actually put down the law, and these judges need to be arrested for actually aiding and abetting criminal activity. Because why would you? First of all, they committed arson. That's first off, and on a federal vehicle. So that's another thing too. The police officers are part of like the government, so it would be at least at the very least federal, and then. And then on top of that, doing violence. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why are these people set at such low bounties, or not low bounties, but at low bails? This is the reason why these cities cannot get better. It's because you have judges and the attorney generals outright putting these people with a slap on the wrist. And we say that our country is fine or crime is fine. No, we have judges and attorney generals and governors really just making it worse for everyone, because these people should have their bail set at least $20,000 to $30,000 at the very least, and be seeing at least 3 to 5 years in prison at the very least. Why are these people just allowed to go free here? This is insanity, and our country is just not going to get fixed. It's not going to get fixed until until these judges get severely punished for their actions. That's the only way there is to it. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.